What if the world told you your dream was impossible, but you still dared to chase it? Today, I'll tell you a story of a boy from a tiny village who proved that thinking big can change everything. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by fields and dusty roads, there lived a boy named Arav. His world was simple mud houses, kerosene lamps, and a tiny school where the same teacher taught every subject. Most children in the village dreamed small, working in the fields, running a shop, or driving a bus in the nearest town. But Arav's eyes sparkled differently. When others saw the sky as a roof, Arav saw it as an endless map of possibilities. He wanted to become an engineer and build something that would make life easier, not just for his village, but for millions of people. But for a boy whose family sometimes struggled even for 2 meals a day, this dream seemed almost foolish. Arav's father was a farmer who earned just enough to keep the family afloat. Buying books was a luxury, and electricity in the village was unreliable. Many nights, Arav studied under a streetlight or the dim glow of a lantern. Neighbors laughed at him. "What will you achieve reading these books? Children like you don't become engineers." "Accept your fate," they said. But Arav had one thing stronger than resources belief. His teacher once told him, "If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough." That sentence became Arav's fuel. When Arav turned 16, he heard about a scholarship exam in the nearby city. The prize? A full scholarship to a top school. It was his golden ticket. But there was a problem: the exam fee was more than his father earned in a week. Arav felt crushed. Yet, instead of giving up, he worked on farms after school, carried sacks at the grain market, and saved every coin. On exam day, he wore a faded shirt, carried borrowed pens, and walked miles to catch a bus. Many boys in the hall had branded bags and fancy calculators. Arav had only determination. Weeks later, the result came. Against all odds, Arav topped the exam. That scholarship opened doors he had never imagined. Moving to the city was like stepping onto another planet. Skyscrapers replaced fields, and computers replaced chalkboards. At first, Arav felt like a misfit. His English was broken, his clothes were simple, and many classmates looked down on him. But instead of feeling ashamed, Arav turned his weakness into strength. He spent hours in libraries, practiced English in front of a mirror, and asked endless questions in class. Slowly, he transformed from the village boy to one of the brightest students in school. His teachers noticed, his classmates respected him. Years passed. Arav's hard work led him to one of the country's top engineering colleges. While others chased high-paying jobs, Arav never forgot his village. He began designing affordable solar panels, something that could bring electricity to remote villages like his. He worked day and night on prototypes, often failing, but never quitting. Finally, after months of struggle, Arav created a low-cost solar system that could power a small home for less than the price of a smartphone. With his innovation, Arav returned to his village. The same neighbors who once mocked him now gathered around as he installed solar panels on their rooftops. For the first time, the entire village glowed with electric light. Children could study at night, farmers could use electric pumps, and life began to change. Arav didn't just fulfill his dream, he inspired hundreds of others to dream bigger. This is not just the story of Arav. It is the story of anyone who dares to think big. Remember, the size of your dream decides the size of your life. So, what's your big dream? Write it in the comments. I want to hear your story.